SEGA.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Phantasy Star Online 2. We are here in the second episode here, and it is time for us to get to work on the first matter board. So let's go ahead and head down to the gate area. And if we remember from last time, we needed to hunt down an Oodan. So here we are at the quest counter. We're going to talk to Annalise here. And as you can see, we have a little marker there. And it's telling us we need to go into the Arks Quests here and do Subdue Oodan. Now we need an Oodan kill, not a Oodan. But what we're going to do here is we're actually going to complete the entire quest, because that will do some other things for us. So just go ahead and do a quick start. Add a quick little password onto that. And here we go. Okay, and here we are in the camp ship. So this is the first time we're actually taking a look inside of here. So let me show you guys around a little bit here. From this counter over here, we can do pretty much the same thing that we just did over at the quest counter. This thing will come into play a little bit later. Actually, no, we can use it right now. What this thing does is it basically allows you to grab stat boosts for a period of 30 minutes at a time. So we have a choice between a D-Man drink, which increases defense, and a Guts drink, which will increase hit points. I think we'll be okay without that for this time, though. Over here, we have the Partner Terminal. And this, if you have any story characters, you'll see them listed on this pane. There are also a number of other tabs up here, one for friend, one for support, and one for free. I'll get into support later, but friend... what the friend tab is if you're friends with another player and you've given them access to your Arks member card, they will be able to use your character from this field if they have and then you'll also be able to use theirs as well. As for free, what this is if you've run into any players before, any of the recent players that you've played with in the game, you'll be able to use their characters as well. The friend tab is more of who you'd be able to use on a more permanent basis, basically. Alright, over here we have the shop menu. Let's just take a look at what they're selling here. Monomates, dimates, and trimates. Once again, those recover your hit points. Soul Atomizer, if you're affected by a status ailment, such as being poisoned, you can use those. Moon Atomizer, those are usually used in multiplayer settings, whereby if your character drops to 0 hit points, you can use those to basically bring the person back up. There are a couple of other items here, but I want to go ahead and just get things going here. A lot of this stuff doesn't really pertain to us at this time. Let me also go sell items. As you can see in the inventory, we have things broken down into different sections here. I'm most interested in just getting rid of this one here, the rifle, since we're not going to be able to use that. Okay, and what this is here, this is the storage. And the storage for your characters is shared across different characters. So as you can see here, I've actually got storage from my primary character as well here. A lot of this stuff, obviously, I can't equip at this time, so I'm going to go ahead and ignore that. But I may be equipping this character with some of the stuff that my main character finds from time to time here. Anyway, let's go ahead and head down to the surface of Navarius. Here we go. And this is going to be a pretty straightforward mission. When you're doing a mission like this, there usually isn't too much story-wise that you need to worry about. Occasionally you'll see a blue tablet or a yellow tablet drop from the sky. We're not going to worry about those this time, so I'm just going to go ahead and pass those up if any of them happen to drop. There goes the Rappy. Now with Rappies, what you can do is you can wait around a little bit and eventually hit them again, like I showed you the last time. That'll give you an extra drop usually. Okay, and here are the Oodans. And there we go. There's the Matterboard drop that I was interested in. So, when you find the item that you're looking for the Matterboard, it's going to glow yellow like this here. So let's go ahead and pick it up. And it shows here that we completed that Matterboard now. Now, one thing that I should note about the Matterboard, actually, let me take care of these guys so they don't kill me first. We've got an event here. Okay, we got a ship doing a drop here. It looks like. That's probably gonna have another of the healing pods inside. Yep, there it is. Let's take down the Oodan. Okay, looks like the area is clear now. Alright. So one thing I should note about the Matterboards, and I'm going to go ahead and bring up my menu now. We go under Matterboard here, and as you can see here, it shows it's glowing, and it shows no progress. That's actually going to fix itself once the mission completes. The thing with the Matterboards is, once you get that item, you can't proceed into the next event until you basically complete whatever mission you're currently on. The only exception to this is if, say, the sections to the left and right there were open, I could collect those. But for whatever is next in the line of what I'm trying to reach, I have to wait until the end of the mission. Anyway, let's go ahead and proceed further into the mission here. Not sure if I told you guys about the auto run the last time. The auto run button, I have that bound to the V key, and so it does pretty much what you think it does. It allows you to run without holding down the W button, but it's also useful in that it also allows you to auto follow another party member if you have a team going. Okay, so there's one of those blue tabs I was telling you about. We're gonna ignore that for now, and we'll get back to those at a later time. Okay, 2 more Oodans. There we go. Occasionally you'll also find little message packs like this. These I don't believe have been translated at all, but usually it's just sort of flavor text from other Arks in terms of what their experiences is. Not players, mind you, but more the story characters. Here we go. Here's the target we're looking for, Oodan. Let's go ahead and take him down. it looks like I still got 3 to take down here to complete the emergency trial. Just for reference, the way I have things configured for my little dash button there that you're seeing me push occasionally, I have that bound to one of my mouse buttons. And I know that sounds a little weird, but that's because my mouse actually has 5 buttons on it. It has the 3 top buttons, or rather the... I'm having a little trouble here. Let me take a monomate. There we go. That's another feature about this game here. If you're having trouble, and it looks like you're about to die, or you have died, the music will actually shift to a different... it'll basically just give you the rhythm of the beat rather than what's actually in the music. Alright, so we finished them up. Let me go back to my mouse for a moment here. My mouse has 5 buttons on it. It has the left and right mouse button, it has the scroll wheel with a button on it, and then it also has 2 side buttons as well. And I've got my dash button bound to that. Alright, let's take a look at what's in the chest here real quick. And we got a couple up here as well. Okay, so one thing I should note about the box that you see in the game here, if you see a green one, that's usually going to contain items. If it's blue, it's usually going to contain armor, and if it's orange, it's going to have weapons. Okay, we got an S rank on that. And as you can see, by completing this quest, this has opened up a new quest called Subdue Fangulf. We'll get to that in a little bit here. So, the reason I wanted to hold off on the blue tablets was because this was coming up, and what this is explaining is that aside from finding item drops, you can also be required to speak to certain people during certain missions, and when those come up, they're actually going to show up as a yellow tablet instead. And so that's basically what the next mission is here for the Matterboard. We need to go into one of these areas and basically seek out the member to basically progress the story here. Now, one of the drops that we did pick up here was a new gun slash here called the Gunslayer, and that's actually a little bit more powerful than what we've currently got on here, especially in the ranged attack. Actually, is it? One thing you need to do is you need to switch your weapon to what you're going to be equipping. There we go. Yeah, it's much more powerful than what we have on currently. Okay, we got a message from a Finn. I'm actually not sure what he's saying there, but it's probably once again just flavor text. In fact, here we go. He's saying he wants to talk to us, and he's got a mission. So, in this game, there are things called client orders. And what client orders are basically the sort of side missions that you can go on to pick up certain items and such. And that's what we're going to be starting with the next mission here. Okay. And this character, I believe this character is saying something about the new Arks Road feature that was just implemented into the game. Here we go. Yeah. So what Arks Road is it's basically sort of an introductory thing to the game. I'm not sure how much focus I'm going to put on it in the game, in this series rather, but let's go ahead and at least talk to her and have a quick little chat. So since we talked to her, we've it's proceeding through the Arks Road card here, and basically as we complete different objectives, that's going to fill in. And as those fill in, we'll get little rewards and such for completing the Arks Road. For the moment, though, let's go ahead and talk to a Finn. So, the mission that we just unlocked, Subdue Fangulf, he's looking for us to go ahead and complete that mission here. So let's go ahead and select it. We want to accept the order. Once again, this is just flavor text. It's not important to being able to enjoy the game here. It's I believe some of that is also held server side, so it's very hard to actually get a translation of that done. And you also see there are a number of other characters here on the floor. They will all become important in time, but for the moment, let's proceed into Subdue Fangulf. Now, since I was taking a bit of damage last time, and I think this one's going to be a little bit longer, I'm going to go ahead and have a D-band drink. So this is saying defense up small, and then hate accumulation down. Hate accumulation is basically as you attack enemies, they'll become more focused on you. This would be more useful in a multiplayer setting. Alright, let's go ahead and head on down. Okay, so once again the game is reminding us to look for the yellow matter board to progress the story. That one is blue, so we're not worried about that one. So let's take a look at the weapon that we just picked up here. Once we hit the Rappy. There we go. So as we can see, it's called a Gunslayer, and if we go to tab number 3 here, it has a special ability called Arm, and that increases dexterity. So what dexterity is in this game is it doesn't help you with the accuracy of your attacks. Instead, what it does is it reduces what the minimum damage you will do is. So say you have a attack range of between 10 and 50 points of damage. Dexterity will increase that so that you're not doing 10 damage anymore. With an arm 1 like this, it might go up to, say, 13 as the minimum damage you would do. I know it's a little confusing, but trust me, it'll make sense in time. All right, so there's the yellow tablet. We'll get to that in a moment. Let's take down the Oodans and the Oodan, because they don't go away when you go into one of those tablets. They will hang around and they will jump you once you get out. There we go. Let's just make sure nothing spawns up here. Alright, seems clear.
Oh, 元気にやってるみたいだな。張り切るのはいいことだが、 この辺ダーカーも出るようになったし、油断はするなよ。つってもお前さんには無用な心配か。初陣であれだけ動けてたしな。あ、そうだ、お前さんもしエコーを見つけたら俺が探してたって伝えてくれ。あのバカ、光栄のくせにズカズカ先行ばっかしやがって。
Okay, so once again, we've completed a portion of the matter board. Let's take down these rappies here. More of the tablets are dropping. Once again, this one is blue here, so we don't have to worry about it. We do have another encounter here. Let's take care of them. Now, one thing about the gun slash that is nice is you can push a button here and it will basically open up the gun portion of it here, and so we can kind of fire bullets off instead if we wanted to stay at a range instead of getting up close on targets. And this is a weapon that every class in the game can use. Alright, let's head into the next area. Alright, let's go under the matter board again here. So we've completed this one now here. The next one is going to be... we're going to need to talk to Zeno again. I'll show you that once we get out of here. Part of the environment is also destructible in this game, so for what it's worth, you may occasionally hit something you don't intend to. Let's proceed north here. Once again, we're looking for the Fangulfs right now. I don't think we've actually encountered them yet in the game, so they'll look new to you. Now, they can be pretty much anywhere on the map right now. They could be up here, but they could also be to the east or west. Okay, here we go. So we've got some gulfs. Those are a different variety of what we're looking for. Let's see. This guy is here to help us out in battle if he can get a shot on. Although, looks like his ship has actually taken some damage here, so he may not be around for long. Alright, he's complaining he has to pull back right now. Normally that line would be translated, but the game just went through a major upgrade in releasing a new area, and that has unfortunately broken some of the translation patch. I know the teams are working on it right now, but in the first week after a major upgrade, you're gonna see some things like that. Usually the main patch will be up to date, though, pretty quickly. This was more the larger files patch that's having problems. Technically, the story patch is having a little bit of trouble too, as well, but that's just because not everything has been translated yet, and some other things may have changed with this upgrade in certain other areas. Okay. Okay, so what just dropped here is a piece of armor. And actually, we got two pieces of armor here. We've got a rear piece, which adds some stats to us, and then we have an arm piece and a sub piece. So those three pieces together really increase my defenses here, as well as sometimes add other stats into it. Oops. Here's the target, Fangulf. So as you can see, he's a bigger variant of the Gulf. Usually with the Phantasy Star games, you'll find that creatures are divided into different families of monsters. So you had the Gulfs, and then the Fangulfs are just a bigger variant of it. There we go. Alright, so once you complete the mission, whatever you drank from the drink spot that we have up in the camp ship, that will wear off. Although sometimes you may want to stick around if something else is going on, such as you still got an emergency trial going on. Let's see, are there any chests up here? Yes, there are. And once again, we've unlocked another quest here. Dagon Extermination Forest. We've got a new client order from Coffee. And this matter board has just opened up. This one being we need to locate Zeno, and he is on board the Arks ship here. So this is showing basically where his location is inside the ship. Okay, so just like what we just did with the Finn, Coffee is offering us a client order as well. Alright. So let's go ahead and pick this up. And this is saying we need to do a couple of missions to open up a free exploration license for the forest. We need to complete Dagon Extermination Forest, which we just unlocked. Once we finish that mission, we'll also unlock Nab Rappy Capture. And we need to deliver 2 items. They're basically data on the species of the area. Let's go ahead and accept the order. Once again, this is all just flavor text. And let's go talk to a Finn here. And we're going to go ahead and turn in this client order. There we go. Once again, he's what it looks like is happening here is it's saying he should now be available from the partner terminal, which is on the camp ship. And then this is saying Looks like this is talking about the daily order area here. Okay, so we just completed that Arks Road. And because we completed that, we've just received another armor piece. And as soon as you complete that, you receive a new Arks Road card. Alright, so Afin here wants us to switch to a different weapon palette. And basically, it's the thing I've been showing you before, switching between the two weapons. I think we can actually do that up here. There we go. Go ahead and hand that in. And we just reached level 3 as well with that. Alright, it's also saying aside from switching weapons, you can also switch sub-palettes as well here. We don't have too much going on the current sub-palette, so we don't really have to worry about that right now, but it is available. New client order from Coffee. Setting a PA on the weapon palette. So this is talking about changing up the different attacks that you have on weapons. So for instance, like I was showing you in the item menu earlier, there are all these different tabs. The one it's pointed at currently on that picture shows the photon art tab. And you can you basically obtain new photon arts through discs. And once you use the disc, you know that one forever. And this is just showing kind of how to set it up. I'll show you as well here. So if Finn wants us to equip any rear arm leg unit, we just did that. So let's take a look at our items. Let's see if we picked anything up. We did. We picked up Rage Dance for a weapon type that we actually don't have access to here, but we'll go ahead and install that anyway. Go ahead and use it. And as you saw there for a brief moment, I'm sorry I skipped through that. It basically added in a it shows you what the stats are going to increase for the attack. The message that just showed up at the top of the screen, this is actually a Game Master message that's been scrolling across occasionally. And what this is basically there's currently a bug right now in the game that they're working on. It has to do with certain outfits not working. We don't have to worry about that too much though, since we're not focused on doing that with this character. Alright, so if Finn wants us to set a photon art, let's go ahead and remove this one and then put it back on. There we go. That completes that. And now, once again, we're going to do what he wanted us to do with the equipping. Looks like we just picked up from the Arks Road a pretty good piece here. It adds... let me move some of these windows around. Here we go. And one thing you may have noticed about this episode, and I'm sorry I didn't say this sooner, one thing I noticed is as I was working with editing the last episode, I realized that when you get down to the 720p viewing, because I know not everybody has a 1080 display that they're looking at here, you can't actually see all the text. So what I did here was I left the game at 1080p, but one of the options for the game is you can actually make the text bigger. So that's what I did here, so it should be easier for all of you to read what's on the screen now, if you're viewing at a lower resolution. So that was a pretty good piece we just picked up here. It adds some S defense, R defense, and T defense, as well as giving us some photon points and hit points with it. And just to kind of go down the line here, the damage calculations in this game aren't too difficult to understand. S attack is basically for melee, R attack is for ranged gun attacks, and T attack is for techniques. And so the attack is basically how much damage you're doing, and the defense is how much damage you're taking. So a lower defense, for example, will make you take more damage than if you had a higher one. Okay, let's go ahead and complete the rest of these here. Okay. And let's talk to a Finn again and turn these in. And it keeps adding more and more. So client orders are one of the quicker ways to gain experience in this game. And experience basically, it basically increases your stats each time you level up. So as you can see in the lower left corner there, right underneath where it says level 3, there's a little bar here. And we started out with it kind of over here as we were at level 2 at the time. And in what we've been doing with the Finn so far, it's already increased up to this point for level 3. Alright, so this is saying set a technique on a weapon palette. We won't be able to do that for the moment here. Saying what we need to learn any skills, so we just actually did that. Actually, I'm sorry, that was a photon art. This is talking about the skill tree in the game. So there are different customizations that you can do with your characters, and I'll take you over there in just a second to show you how that works. And then he's also saying we should use any drink from the medical center. So the medical center is also available here on the Ark ship, but I don't think anybody actually uses it while they're on the ship. I think it's more used once you get onto the camp ship. Alright, let's head over here. We're going to ignore the team counter client orders, since we're not really in a team for this character. Alright, so from here, we have a couple of options here. We can change our class if we wanted to. We can learn class skills, which is what a Finn wants us to do. We could add a skill tree. Now, you see that little triangle icon there? That indicates that you need Arks cash. And what Arks cash is basically it's basically the currency of the game if you wanted to use real money in it. There are actually two ways to use money in the game. There's first, you can obtain AC, Arks cash. The second thing that you can do is actually, I'm sorry. It's basically you use Arks cash for anything that would require sort of a higher payment in it. So, for instance, you can use AC to get a premium subscription. We're not really worried about that here right now, but as you can see on the menu there, I do have a premium expiration date. I'll get into what the subscription model is and such for the game later down the line. Let me reiterate at this point that this is a free-to-play game, and it is not pay-to-win. But I will get into all that at a later time. I don't want to talk about it at this time. So let's go ahead and complete the order that Finn had for us here. So he wanted us to learn any skill here. So we've got a couple of options here. We can learn Step Advance, which increases invisibility during step, and what the step is that dash attack that dash thing I was doing before. We can increase our striking defense. Rare Mastery Hunter we're not going to worry about right now because that has to deal with weapons that are 10 stars or higher. We're dealing with just 1-star weapons right now. And then there's HP Boost, which increases our maximum hit points. And then as you can see down here, we have all these other options here for what we can do. But we're going to get to those at a later time. for the moment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a point into Step Advance. Actually, I'm going to put 3 points into there. And that opens up Step Attack in the next one. Alright, so the thing that you see scrolling across the top of the screen right now, this is... when you're part of a team, you can obtain points towards your team, and that goes into the weekly ranking, and the top teams basically are updated each week. That usually happens around noon Eastern time on Sunday. Now the Arks Road is currently pointing us at Zeno here, and he was also our next stop on the matter board. So let's go ahead and chat with him. That thing you see on my back right now is one of the new items that I just equipped there as the armor. Technically, you can also make it go away through an option in the item menu, and I will show you that next time. Okay, so just like with the Finn, Zeno now has client orders available. And there's the one he was talking about, killing time on Navarius. He just wants us to defeat any enemy. He wants us to defeat 10 of them, in fact. So let's go ahead and accept that. Okay. Now, as we can see here, the matter board has not cleared up yet here, and that's because we actually need to finish the client order. But since the episode is running a little bit long, I'm going to stop the episode here, and we will pick that up next time. So, from Phantasy Star Online 2, thank you for watching. This is Prince Brightstar, signing off.